That's going to be Dez again, is it not?
It looked like it was Bane that went airborne.
And they're going to look and see if that was excessive.
We didn't totally agree with. Let's see how severe this one was. Grabbed him on his shoulders. A lot of follow through. I don't know.
I think they'll rule that as unnecessary at this point.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're revisiting a concerning trend that's turning from an anomaly into a pattern. Memphis Grizzlies guard Desmond Bane has been hit with his fourth flagrant foul of the season, this time on Oklahoma City's Isaiah Hartenstein. And the specific language used by the officials and by the broadcasters in real time should raise major red flags about Bane's defensive decision-making. This wasn't just a hard foul, it was another in a series of plays deemed unnecessary. Let's break down the play. Hartenstein gets the ball in the post, makes a head fake, and goes up for a shot. Bane, coming over to help, leaps to contest, but watch the replay closely. The broadcasters pointed out immediately. A lot of follow-through. I think they'll rule that as unnecessary at this point. And they were right. The official review confirms it. The defender Bane commits an unnecessary act. He does not make a basketball play as a defender. This language is critical. Unnecessary act. Not a basketball play. This is the NBA saying, you weren't trying to legally block the shot. You were trying to stop the player by any means necessary, and you chose an illegal, dangerous means. The follow-through they mentioned is key. It suggests Bane's motion continued into Hartenstein's space with force beyond a natural contest. It's the definition of a non-basketball play. Now, this is his fourth such infraction this season. That's not a coincidence. That's a trend. When a player accumulates flagrant fouls, it points to one of two things: either a chronic lack of discipline in their defensive approach or a deliberate strategy of using excessive physicality to intimidate. Given Bane's reputation as a tough, gritty player on a grit-and-grind team, the line between being physical and being reckless is clearly being crossed too often. Let's put this in context. His previous flagrant foul was the notorious off-ball shoulder check on Victor Wembanyama, another play that was blatantly unnecessary and had nothing to do with a basketball move. He's developing a reputation. Refs are now watching him closely. Opposing players know they might get an extra shot, and most dangerously, he's piling up points in the league's suspension system. Accumulate enough flagrant foul points, and an automatic suspension kicks in, hurting his team when they can least afford it. The big question is, why is this happening? Is Bane, known more as a shooter, trying to overcompensate and prove his defensive toughness? Is he frustrated by the Grizzlies' struggles this season and letting that frustration boil over into poor decisions? Or is he simply misjudging these plays in the heat of the moment? Whatever the reason, it needs to change. For his own career, Bane is risking being labeled a dirty player, a tag that's hard to shake. For the Grizzlies, they can't afford to have one of their cornerstone players and highest-paid assets missing games due to avoidable suspensions, especially in a competitive Western Conference. This clip is a teaching moment. It shows the difference between a hard, clean foul, a play on the ball, and a flagrant foul, which is a play on the player. The league's emphasis on player safety is only growing, and these kinds of follow-throughs, hooks, and unnecessary contact are being penalized more than ever. Bane is too important and too talented to let this be his legacy. He needs to channel that physicality into smarter, more controlled defensive positioning. The grit is appreciated. The recklessness is not. What do you think? Is Desmond Bane developing a dangerous habit, or are these just isolated, unfortunate plays? Should the Grizzlies be concerned, or is this just part of his edge? And at what point does the league need to step in with a stronger message? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more breakdowns of the plays that define NBA discipline and player safety, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.